So this note is mainly to help you on your projects. It covers application software. I know we discussed this in detail, but I'm just giving you a tip, snapshot to help you through your project. This recording will be available, the material itself will be available in the course material section of the course or home page. And the recording itself will also be posted to the course material. So you have access to the recording and also to the materials. So it's about application software, and we're going to cover Excel, Access, and Word. So after this, you should be able to describe application software and system software. You should be able to identify the differences between both of them. You should be able to identify the items on Excel window and create formulas with Excel window. Use the autofill feature in Excel window. You should also be able to describe Access database and also the Word document itself. So this is a diagrammatic representation of software. So like you know from previous classes, that software is divided into application software and system software. So application software, just like the name suggests, application, apply. So it does your work for you. You send the application software on errand. You need to type your homework. You pick Word documents. That's an application software. Hey, Word, do this for me. You need to calculate. You pick Excel. Hey, do this for me. So you send them on errand. They do work for you. Okay? That's the application. So it's more of the user. It's related to you more as a user. And then for the system software, this is more of the system itself. It's related more to the computer. So it helps to run your computer. It makes your computer to function. We know CPU is the brain of your computer, but the brain of the computer cannot function without the system software. It also helps to coordinate all activities in your computer. Activity between the application software and the hardware. It helps to maintain your computer memory, the storage, and everything about your computer. So I'm going to put it this way. Application is more of you as a user, and the system is related more to the computer. So here I'm looking at the examples, the types. Okay, so we're going to look at Mac iOS, which is more of mobile for your iPhone, iPad, and then OS X. This go with more of your Mac desktop. Then there's Windows. Okay, Windows is popular. You all use Windows computer. Android goes more with mobile phone. Okay, and then Linux and Unix. Linux, Unix are mostly network operating system. Okay, so that's another topic on its own. And for application software, there are so many software out there that does your work for you. Like your web browser, your WhatsApp, if you're on WhatsApp, Snapchat, Facebook. Okay, but just for here, we're going to limit to Excel, Word, and Access, since that's what covers your project. Okay, so with application software and system software, bring us to proprietary and open source software. I'm giving you this information so you'll be mindful of this when you're citing sources or you're using any source for your project. Make sure if they are proprietary, then you need to cite the source, or you seek the permission of the author. Otherwise you'll be guilty of copyright and plagiarism. Okay, so generally system software are strictly proprietary. Application software could be proprietary and it could be open source. Okay, so we say they are open source, just as the name suggests. They are available freely for you to use or to download or to use over the internet. You don't pay for them. But proprietary, there is an owner, there's someone who has proprietary rights to those software. You have to pay for them. So you could get Excel online, Word online, Access online. So these are free. But when they become proprietary, then you need to purchase them. You agree to terms to use them. You don't own them. You only own the licenses, okay, to use proprietary software. Now, that leads us to definition of terms, definition of proprietary, which I already explained, and open source. Okay, so this material will be available in your course, in the course material menu, so you can read further and go over them. And this leads us to copyright, copyleft. Copyleft, I didn't mention that. Copyleft is for open source, so it allows you to redistribute open source materials. It allows you to make changes to the code. Okay, now software as a service. Okay, just as the name suggests, these are generally, to use software, you could probably download them or you use them on the internet. So any software that is hosted on the internet in which you do not have to download, it's called software as a service. For instance, to log into your class in UMUC, you didn't have to download anything. Okay, you just go to the internet. You can't use UMUC site offline. You can't go to that class offline, so you have to log in. These are software as a service. To use Facebook, you can still download Facebook on your phone. It has the app, but when you're using it on the internet, it becomes software as a service. Okay, now this brings us to the projects. For your project, you're gonna work on spreadsheet, and the particular spreadsheet you're working on is Excel, just Excel. And then look at database. The database you're going to work on is on Access, and you're going to write a formal paper using Word. Okay, so your project cover Excel, Access, and Word, and these are all application software. Now, leading us to spreadsheet. You all know that spreadsheet is electronic file, so you use them to calculate data, to enter data, to perform what if analysis. So like I said, you're using Excel. And one thing about Excel is on spreadsheet is when you make changes to any of the cell, the formula recalculates itself. You're going to see that once I do the demonstration for you. And when we talk of database organize related data. Okay, so you can sort this data, you can manipulate them, you can retrieve them. So when you go online shopping on Walmart, on Macy's, any site, Amazon, your best shopping site, or when you're enrolling for classes, okay, you're manipulating database, you're querying the database. And for the database, I told you, you're looking into Access. And then your project is based on relational database, which is Access. And then there's gonna be Word project. Okay, so right now there's an activity for you. You're gonna post to the discussion name database management system and primary key. Okay, so this resource is in threefold. So this is part 1 of your resource for the project. So I'm gonna provide part 2 to you shortly.